Welcome avid readers, I'm DP, author, MTG fan and voracious reader, here to update you on the latest in the written word on MTG. Now your time is precious, so let's get straight into the highlights of the week. Of the 144 articles I found online, excluding all the ones that were news reports, 144 real articles, many of them, in fact most of them, seem to focus on taking a look at cards from Core 21, broken down by colours or types or tribes or whatever, and telling you about each of those cards. So I looked this week at articles that stood out from the crowd. The first excellent article I found was by Scott Cullen over at Hipsters of the Coast, and he got ahead of the crowd by taking a look at Jumpstart cards, and particularly the impact that they're going to have on Historic on MTG Arena. The bottom line is his analysis suggests that green ramp deck's going to really tear the format apart, and that may well, of course, lead to some more bannings downstream. Meanwhile, over at MTG Goldfish, Toma Abramovici was taking a look at a single M21 card, that was Tinybones, Trinket Thief, and he was showing how that could be a really good commander for a range of decks at sort of $50, $100 and $200, and they're great decks that I hope to never have to see across a table from me. Iverach-Brereton, on the other hand, over at Manabase, he went in a completely different direction, and rather than taking a look at the stuff that's just come out, he was looking at a Commander 18 card, the very hard for me to pronounce EnXantchatress sleeper agent. Now, Ben's delivered some really good design thoughts and shown that it can be a really good deck. There's, as far as I'm concerned, now only one reason not to play it as your commander, and that's because you'd have to say her name. EnXantchatress. I wonder if she's like Beetlejuice. I wonder if I've just summoned her. Anyway, moving on. Over at TCG Player, Jess Estephan was taking a look at mental health and the impact that magic and life in general has been having on people. And she charts out 5 ways in which she's going to change her approach to magic for the rest of this year, with the intent of making it a more fulfilling and happier experience. Even if you only follow one of her tips there, I reckon that you'll make yourself a little bit happier, and that's well worth the read. But my pick of the week is by Bruce Richard over at Cool Stuff Inc. And Bruce was taking a look at a recent article on the Command Zone where they've taken a look at some statistics, and rather than the route that Josh and Jimmy recommend on how to react to those statistics, what Bruce was saying is it doesn't have to be that way. His argument is we should play to change those statistics rather than play to embrace them. It was a succinct, well-argued piece that supports what I've written about regarding Commander, which is it's about having fun, it's not about the result. That wraps up the new articles for the week, and you can see that outside of the M21 musings, Commander's had a really good showing this week. So diving into the archives of really good reads, let's follow that theme and pull out a copy of The Complete Commander by Bennie Smith. This book was published in 2014, the same year as the third set of Commander ready-to-play decks. Bennie is a very prolific and very accomplished writer. He's written over 2 million words for Magic alone over the past 20 or so years. And The Complete Commander is an excellent book and shows how Commander's not about finding the most powerful interactions and winning as quickly as possible, but it is about the joy of playing. Or, as Bennie expresses it, it's the story of the game. And he very much follows that theme throughout the book with fan fiction and tales of previous games, showing and adding to the richness of the game. Now, it's only available as a PDF download from Star City Games for $10, which means that it's as accessible as a couple of booster packs and a damn sight lighter to carry around. For sort of 6 years or so, it was the only Commander book, allowing Bennie to quite rightly say he was that he literally wrote the book on Commander. That, of course, changed this year. There are 2 more Commander books out, which means that Bennie's is not the latest, the cheapest, or the fullest on the format anymore, but it is the one that very much focuses on that story of the game. It is really, really good. It's a great way of expressing the ethos and format of the game, and I still highly recommend it, much as I have done for a few years, to every player, whether they are new or more experienced. So that's taken a look at something from the archives. Let's take a look at what's coming up. And coming up fairly shortly, we have got a James Wyatt book coming out. The Art of Magic: The Gathering, War of the Spark, is the 8th of the Art of Magic books. You'll see over my shoulder I've got several of them. Those James Wyatt books are superb. Fully expecting this to be really, really good. If you were disappointed in War of the Spark by the Greg Weisman novels, then it is highly likely that this War of the Spark book by James Wyatt is going to plug several of those lore holes for us and be a truly rich, great book. That's due out on November the 12th, and I've already certainly pre-ordered a copy. So that wraps up this episode. Remember, all of the links to the articles and the books are down below in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up so that I know I'm not screaming into the void, and I'll be back to update you with more of the MTG Reads very soon. Happy reading.